The Knicks are on the brink of elimination after losing Game 4 in Miami against the Heat. New York now trails Miami 3-1 in their second-round series. New York Post sports reporter Zach Braziller has been covering the series and is now back in New York to join me as the Knickerbockers get ready for a Game 5 at the Garden. Zach, did you take your last trip of the season with the Knicks, or are you going back to Miami?
Good question. My gut says last trip, just based on how much they've been outplayed in this series um, and just how well the Heat are playing right now. I think the Heat close it out tomorrow night, but I don't think it's out of the question the Knicks find a way to win. I just think Jalen Brunson, Hart, um, Mitchell Robinson are going to really play with fire and not want to see have their season end at the Garden. But look, right now it's been all Heat. There's no
Yeah.
question about it. They've been the better team, both ends of the court, every way you want to look at it. The Knicks are probably fortunate they didn't get swept, if we're being
Yeah.
real here.
Yeah, no, Knicks fans don't want to hear that, but it's definitely the truth. Let's talk about what the Knicks did in Miami because, Zach, the trip to Miami was not the business trip that they had hoped for. In Game 4, they were dominated on the glass by the Heat. It's usually the Knicks who are doing the dominating on the glass of other teams when it comes to rebounding. Why are the Knicks struggling to finish defensive possessions and grab boards?
I mean, they've been outworked in this series. There's no question about it. They've been out hustled. Bam Adebayo has been by far the best big man in this series. I don't think that's a huge surprise that he's been the best big man. I think, but it is somewhat of a surprise that Mitchell Robinson, especially, and Isaiah Hartenstein have not been better. I think Robinson is really bothered by a hip. I don't think there's any doubt. You watch him move around. To me, he's not moving around with the same quickness. He's kind of cheating on certain plays because maybe his lateral movement isn't there. And Adebayo, back-to-back double doubles. He has absolutely killed the Knicks in the paint. And that to me is really the biggest surprise of this series. You knew the Heat were a better shooting team. You know how good Jimmy Butler is, but I thought the Knicks could be able to do damage inside, and that just hasn't happened.
Hasn't happened at all. Now, you heard from this team after the Game 4 loss. There was a lot of talk about energy, effort, Miami potentially wanting it more. What is the mindset of this team heading into Game 5? Is this a defeated Knicks team, or is it one that's looking to fight till the end?
It feels like a tired team. That's kind of the vibe I got from Game 3 was a no-show. They were never really in the game. Game 4, they did, to me, played much better. They were better offensively. I thought the switch to Quentin Grimes in the starting lineup was a smart one by Tom Thibodeau. But especially that fourth quarter, I just thought the Heat were just so much fresher. We're so much just more ready to close that game out. And I just felt the Knicks were tired. And that, to me, is a big thing. I don't think the Knicks are defeated as much as I just think the Heat are a fresher team. You have guys who maybe didn't play a ton during the regular season due to injuries and other stuff. And they just seem like they have that extra jump that the Knicks don't right now.
Yeah, it definitely was evident in the Game 4 that we saw, the loss that we saw there, especially in the fourth quarter, as we saw them trying to get rebounds and unable to do so. Okay, Zach, here, the odds and the numbers, they don't look good for the Knicks right now. Teams down 3-1 in a best-of-7 series go on to lose the series 95% of the time. In New York, they are 0-14 all-time in best-of-7 series when trailing 3-1. What do the Knicks need to do in order to come back in this series and give the Heat a little payback for 97 when Miami came back from a 3-1 deficit to knock off New York? How does New York do this one, Zach?
Well, unfortunately, I don't think the Knicks, there's no suspensions coming for the Heat like there were, in 97. And we all know that the Knicks got jobbed that year with some of those. But anyway, to me, it's got to be about the Knicks getting back to what made them so good during the regular season. It's got to be about them winning the loose balls, winning the rebounding battle, being the tougher team, being the more poised team, just outworking their opponent because they've been outworked in this series. There's no question about it. And that's, to me, they have to treat this game like a do or die and not, like it's just another game. And that means everyone. It's not just one guy. And to be honest, I feel like the Heat have done that and the Knicks have not.
Yeah, it's pretty simple. They've been outworked, as you said, throughout this series. Knicks now trail the Heat 3-1, Game 5 Wednesday night at the Garden. Zach Braziller will be there. We will see if the Knicks win, if Zach makes another trip to Miami, or he will be staying in New York. Zach, as always, thank you for the time.
All right, man. Have a good one, guys.